What caught my eye in today's Russian papers? Well, first of all, he did. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, the man mutineer Yevgeny Prigozhin wanted sacked. If you can see him, it probably means he's sticking around. There are several photos of General Shoigu in the army paper today and in Komsomolskaya Pravda. I'll tell you who we haven't seen, though, for a long time now. General Surovikin, head of the Russian Aerospace Forces, a man thought to have been close to Wagner. Now, how do the Russian papers view the surprising events of Saturday, when President Zelensky of Ukraine had talks with President Erdogan of Turkey and then went home, taking with him 5 commanders of Ukraine's former garrison in Mariupol? The Kremlin, apparently taken completely by surprise, saying that this violated the terms of last year's prisoner exchange deal. Moskovsky Komsomolets calls this a broken promise. It will have negative consequences for the Turkish president. Although, from the article, that's not really clear. It quotes the pro-Kremlin political analyst Sergei Markov, suggesting that since Vladimir Putin is one of the most respected world leaders, many other leaders will conclude that the Turkish president cannot be trusted. Russia, too, will no longer trust Erdogan. And yet Markov goes on to say that don't expect any symbolic anti-Turkish actions by Russia. Perhaps we don't need to respond. Russia has a strategic interest in good relations with Turkey. Less emotion is better here. The editor of MK Turkey tells the paper it's not in Russia's interests to inflame relations with Turkey. Ankara understands that. Turkey has become a hub for Russia. Turkey knows how valuable that is, but also knows how far it can push things when raising the stakes. In Kommersant, another expert from the Centre of New Turkey Studies suggests that Turkey's decision to allow the Azov commanders to go home is linked to the upcoming NATO summit in Vilnius and Sweden's hopes for NATO membership. Ankara urgently needed to offset its opposition to Sweden's membership with something ahead of the NATO summit. What better than by allowing the battalion commanders to leave and by saying that Ukraine deserves membership of NATO? Nezavisima Gazeta concludes that Erdogan is fed up with being an intermediary. Turkey is changing its approach to the Ukraine-Russia conflict.